Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans around the world, this is Salvador from WrestleScope, and I'm absolutely furious right now. How dare WWE let this happen again? Gunther, the so-called ring general, storms back into the ring after his mysterious hiatus and just obliterates Dragon Lee in a match that wasn't even fair. It was a straight-up massacre. Picture this, a high-flying luchador legend getting crushed under the boot of this Austrian powerhouse, and the refs did nothing to stop the brutality. If you're a true fan of justice in wrestling, this will boil your blood. Why does Gunther get to play executioner while talents like Dragon Lee are sacrificed? Stick around because we're diving deep into this outrage, exposing the behind-the-scenes drama, and I'll reveal a shocking twist that could change everything for WWE's future. Hit that like button if you're as pissed as I am. Comment below what you think Gunther's next victim should be, and share this video to spread the word, because if we don't call this out, it'll happen again. Okay folks, let's break this down like the breaking news it is. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, where the energy was electric, the crowd was on fire, and then, bam, Gunther makes his return. But this wasn't just any comeback. This was a statement of pure, unadulterated destruction. Hello viewers, if you're new here, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for daily updates on WWE Raw. Dragon Lee, the masked marvel from Mexico, known for his aerial assaults and lightning-fast strikes, stepped into the ring thinking he had a shot. Oh, how wrong he was. Gunther didn't just win, he dominated, he humiliated, he unleashed hell. And the worst part? The WWE Universe watched in stunned silence as one of their favorites got turned into a human punching bag. This isn't wrestling, this is borderline assault, and I'm outraged that the powers that be allowed it to go on for as long as it did. Let's rewind a bit to build the context, because this didn't happen in a vacuum. Gunther, real name Walter Hahn, has been the Intercontinental Champion for what feels like an eternity, over 600 days at this point, shattering records left and right. He's the guy who turned the IC title from a mid-card belt into a symbol of invincibility. But then, poof, he vanishes. Rumors swirled. Injury? Burnout? Backstage politics? We didn't know, and WWE kept us in the dark, teasing us with vignettes of him training in some shadowy gym, looking more ripped than ever. Meanwhile, Dragon Lee was climbing the ranks, dazzling fans with his flips, dives, and that signature mask that screams Lucha Libre heritage. He's the son of legends, brother to stars like Rush, and he earned his spot with heart-pounding matches against the likes of Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. So when Gunther's music hit, that ominous marching beat of Symphony No. 9, the arena erupted, but deep down, we all knew Dragon Lee was walking into a lion's den. The bell rings, and right from the jump, it's clear this is no even contest. Gunther towers over Dragon Lee like a skyscraper over a sports car, 6'4" of pure muscle versus Lee's agile 5'9" frame. Gunther starts with those vicious chops, the kind that echo through the arena like thunderclaps. Smack, smack. Dragon Lee's chest turns redder than a stop sign within seconds. The crowd gasps. Some cheer for the champ, but others, real fans like you and me, are yelling for mercy. This is too much, I screamed at my screen. Dragon tries to fight back, launching into his Hurricane Rana, flipping Gunther over like a pancake. For a split second, hope flickers. Could this be the upset of the year? But no, Gunther powers out, grabs Lee midair, and slams him down with a powerbomb that shakes the ring posts. The impact? Devastating. Lee's body bounces like a rag doll, and Gunther doesn't let up. He transitions into a Boston Crab, wrenching Lee's back until the poor guy is screaming in agony. What's angering here is the psychology Gunther employs. He's not just wrestling, he's toying with his opponent. He lets Dragon get a few strikes in, a dropkick here, a springboard arm drag there, just to build false hope, then crushes it with a lariat that nearly decapitates him. The ref checks on Lee multiple times, asking if he wants to submit, but Dragon's pride won't let him. That's the luchador spirit. But Gunther? He's smirking, folks. Smirking like a villain in a bad action movie. And the crowd split down the middle, half chanting "Ring General," while the other half boos, demanding justice. This division is what makes wrestling great, but it also highlights the outrage. Why is WWE booking these squash matches that bury rising stars? Dragon Lee deserved better, a competitive bout, not this beatdown. As the match progresses, Gunther ramps up the intensity. He hoists Dragon Lee up for a suplex, holding him upside down for what feels like an eternity. Count it,
10 seconds, 15, 20, draining the blood from Lee's head before dropping him like dead weight. The thud is sickening. Lee rolls to the apron, gasping for air, but Gunther drags him back in by the mask, disrespecting lucha tradition in the process. That's a low blow, metaphorically speaking. In Mexican wrestling, the mask is sacred, and Gunther knows it. He's not just dominating physically, he's attacking culturally, psychologically. Outrageous. Dragon rallies with a series of kicks, staggering the giant, even hitting a tornado DDT that plants Gunther on his head. The pin attempt? 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. The arena explodes. Could this be it? But Gunther rises like a zombie, eyes blazing, and unleashes his finisher, the last symphony powerbomb. Boom! Lee's shoulders hit the mat, and it's over. 1, 2, 3. Gunther stands tall, belt raised high, while Dragon Lee lays there, broken but unbesod. But wait, here's where I add my unique twist to keep this fresh. What if this wasn't just a return match? What if Gunther's hiatus was a calculated move by WWE to build him as an unstoppable force for a bigger storyline? Think about it. Rumors are swirling that Gunther's eyeing the World Heavyweight Championship, and crushing Dragon Lee was a message to Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, and the whole locker room. I'm coming for the top. But take deeper, and there's outrage in the booking. Dragon Lee, a guy who's been loyal, grinding on NXT and SmackDown, gets fed to the wolf to make Gunther look strong. Is this fair? Hell no. It's the kind of corporate favoritism that makes fans like us question if WWE really cares about diversity and new talent. Imagine if Lee had won, shocking the world, unmasking Gunther's vulnerabilities. That would have been epic. Instead, we're left with this lopsided affair that screams predictability. Now, let's dissect the aftermath, because the outrage doesn't stop at the bell. Gunther grabs the mic post-match, his Austrian accent cutting through the booze. I am the ring general, and no one stands in my way. The crowd's mixed reaction tells the story. Admiration for his skill, but anger at his arrogance. Backstage, reports flood in. Dragon Lee needed medical attention, possible cracked ribs from those chops. WWE's medical team swarms him, and in interviews later, Lee says, Gunther is a monster, but I'll be back. Respect to him for that fire. But Gunther, he brushes it off in a promo, calling Lee just another victim in my reign. Victim? That's the word he used? This isn't sports entertainment, this is gladiatorial cruelty, and I'm calling for accountability. Why isn't Triple H stepping in to protect his roster? Engagement time, folks. Pause the video right now and comment. Do you think Gunther's reign is good for WWE, or is it stifling new stars? Share your hottest takes. I read everyone. And if this pisses you off like it does me, smash that share button to get your friends in on the debate. We're birthing a community here at WrestleScope where real fans vent and analyze. Diving deeper into Gunther's style, what makes him so damn effective and infuriating is his old-school approach in a high-flying era. He's all about ground and pound, submissions, and power moves. No flips, no frills, just brutality. Against Dragon Lee, who thrives on speed, it was a clash of eras. Classic European strong style versus modern lucha. Gunther neutralized Lee's advantages by keeping him grounded, applying arm bars and headlocks that sapped his energy. It's smart wrestling, but it's also boring if overdone. Where's the excitement in watching one guy dominate for 15 minutes? WWE, give us back and forth action. Let's talk stats to back up the outrage. Gunther's win streak, unbroken since his main roster debut. Dragon Lee's record, solid, but against top guys, he's 2-5 in the last year. This match clocked in at 12:47, with Gunther controlling 80% of the offense. Chops landed, 22 by Gunther, 0 by Lee. It's numbers like these that scream mismatch. In the ratings, Raw's viewership spiked during this segment, proving controversy sells. But at what cost? Fans are tuning in for hope spots, not squashes. Unique twist alert. What if Dragon Lee's loss is part of a long-term angle? Hear me out. Lee's been teasing alliances with the LWO, Latino World Order. Post-match, Rey Mysterio was seen checking on him backstage. Could this lead to a faction war? Gunther versus a united front of luchadors? That would redeem this beatdown, turning outrage into anticipation. But if WWE drops the ball, it's just another buried talent story. Outrage extends to the production. The camera work captured every grimace, every impact, amplifying the brutality. Slow-motion replays of those chops? Sadistic. Commentary from Corey Graves hyping Gunther as unbeatable, while Michael Cole pleads for Lee's safety. It's scripted drama, but it feels real, stirring emotions. Fan reactions online? Explosive. Twitter or X, whatever, blew up with hashtag justice for Dragon Lee trending. Comments like Gunther is a bully versus he's the GOAT. The divide is real, and that's why you need to watch till the end. I'll reveal my prediction for Gunther's next feud that could shake WWE to its core. Building on that, let's analyze Gunther's evolution. Pre-hiatus, he was dominant but vulnerable. Remember his wars with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre? Those were bangers. Post-return, he's a machine, bulked up, moves sharper. Did he juice up? No accusations, but the transformation is suspicious, outrageous if true, as it gives him an edge over athletes like Lee. Dragon Lee's resilience shines through. Despite the loss, his spots were highlight reel worthy. That Asai moonsault to the outside, narrowly missing the barricade. He's a star, and this match, though a loss, elevates him in defeat. But why sacrifice him? WWE's pattern of feeding internationals to homegrown heels smells of bias. Now, the broader implications. Gunther's reign is historic, but it's creating staleness in the mid-card. Who challenges him next? Sami Zayn? Chad Gable? Each could provide fireworks, but if it's another squash, fans will revolt. My twist, what if Imperium interferes less, forcing Gunther to win clean, exposing cracks? Or, plot twist, Dragon Lee demands a rematch with stipulations like no chops allowed. That would level the field. Engagement booster, if you were booking, how would you end Gunther's reign? Comment your fantasy scenarios. I might feature the best in my next video. Diving into history, Gunther's style echoes legends like Bruno Sammartino